Hi, we are at the Sequel Photography Exhibition, actually Sequel Contemporary Photography Exhibition 2024. So this is happening at JDA Gallery in Colombo from August 23rd, 24th to 25th.
I'm Inoka Palyaguru, a member of the group called Sequel Collective. We are a group of 8 people doing contemporary photography. Our members are Bhupati Nalin Wickramage, me, Sugandhi Samarakon, Tharaka Bibilavitarana, Saminda Sandunshri, Sujeeva Ranatunga, Amila Vijayaratna and Nayanahari Abenayaka.
I am Bhupati Nalin Wickramage. Myself is mostly known as a film critic, but at the same time actually my career started as a photographer. Unfortunately or fortunately, I am not practicing photography anymore. I created my last work, as I remember, in 2010. That image is called A Tribute to Renee Margaret, which is exhibited here at the JDA Gallery. So at the moment I am working as a teacher in photography and cinema in most of the universities as a visiting lecturer, and I have my own personal classes also.
We have been practicing photography for so many years. The collective was formed in 2022 and we have been having workshops and discussions throughout. The collection has so many genres of photographs. If you say, namely its sequels, contemporary landscapes, avant-garde, subjective, and urban aesthetics. If you talk about the photographs we have here, the first floor is mainly avant-garde when you enter from the lobby. It's avant-garde and it's taken by Amila Vijayaratna and Sujeeva Ranatunga. If you enter inside, you get the urban aesthetic photographs by Tharaka, Amila and Sujeeva. In the second level, you get the sequel in the David Painter Gallery. You get sequels collections by Saminda Sandunshri, the Joker series and the Black Tea series. Also in the second floor, there are subjective photographs by Sugandhi Samarakon and myself, Inoka Palyaguru. And there are many installations that you can find here, unique ones. There are a few interactive installations as well. In third floor, we have a collection of Aragale series done by 6 artists, Saminda, Sujeeva, Tharaka and Nayanahari. Mainly Nayanahari's photographs are the main interactions point in that collection, and there are some other documentary type photographs.
decided to make a kind of a contemporary photography team a few years back, I think 2 or 3 years back. So we titled it as Sequel Collective. So the term or the word sequel is first mentioned in photography history around 1970s by an American photographer called Duane Michaels. So it is kind of that was a period which photography is converting from modern era to contemporary era, or we call it post-photography. So I think I might explain what we mean by contemporary photography is. Basically, in modern photography, you find most of the photographs as a single image. It is only a single quality. So once you come to contemporary photography, photographers are breaking this single frame and they are trying to make kind of a collection of photographs as a picture story. Actually, it was practiced first in a sub-genre in photography called photojournalism. Photojournalists are used to do this little long ago rather than gallery photography era. Other condition and the other new approach by the contemporary photography is that the earlier era we call it salon photography, which means mostly all around the world there are a lot of and still there are a lot of photography organizations, both national and international level. As an example, we can take RPS. This is the most famous organization, I guess. RPS means Royal Photographic Society. It is based in London and one of oldest photography organization in the world. And also FIAP, it is the Federation for International Photographic Association. So all of these institutes has created kind of a stereotype and kind of a style which is getting repeated again and again all around the world, and they organize photography competitions to remark first, second, third place or merits. Contemporary photographers had issues with this kind of practices, mostly with competing each other as an artwork. So I myself believe that aesthetic judgment is impossible. Likewise Immanuel Kant said in his famous work Critique of Judgment in early 18th century, that was the first book which has been written about art in a philosophical approach. It's called Critique of Judgment by Immanuel Kant. So basically these ideas were leaked into many art fields, mostly visual arts like painting, architecture, theatre, cinema and photography, still photography.
What we have tried to do here is actually introduce contemporary photography to Sri Lankan audience. If you look at the photographs here, you see so many genres of photographs, and the main idea of contemporary means you don't have a clear subject on our photographs, and we have mostly the theme is dystopian, and if I describe most of the photographs, especially Saminder's ones, they are like creating a movie. Especially, for example, his Joker series, which was taken in 2020, is actually how a Joker character from Todd Phillips' Joker film, if he was in a Leyland bus, how he would have acted and the emotions from that. And his Black Tea series was an interactive project that we also participated. A tea worker is walking down Kandy, the roads, and people are responding to her. The reactions she's getting is captured on the lens.
Especially the gallery era is kind of a huge turn, we can mark a huge difference between salon photography era and contemporary era, or what we call gallery photography. So that's what we are doing here. And even you comes to gallery photography, there are issues with artist autonomy, artist freedom. So what is artist autonomy means that what kind of freedom artists have when he or she making her own photograph. As an example, in the early era, as we all know, religious institutes has been influenced painters, poets, writers to shape their ideas according to the religious ideologies. It got radical change once you comes to modern era. After 16th century, the power of the religious institutes has been gone down, and the nation state has been comes up. So that era we find mostly the state have been controlled the aesthetic ideas, and later on state has been replaced by the commercial galleries or commercial institutes, maybe film festivals, maybe biennales, etc. We are living in that era. Even in Sri Lanka, even though we have very few number of galleries, there are curated galleries. Once you come to a curated gallery, there will be a curator or a programmer which is choosing your artworks according to their criteria, which we find kind of questionable. So that is kind of an approach which can be understood as dominating art by a person who has been given the rights to interpret what is art and what is non-art.
My art pieces is looking through a hall, and you see the Bogambara prison as it is. So it's actually an installation, like if you see from the peeping hall, you see the Bogambara, the wide scale that way. And third floor Aragale photographs, Nayanahari Abekon's the gas polymer, the queue which was around the Gold Fort for gas when there was a gas shortage. That was a panoramic shot. It's actually 2-3 photographs combined together. Likewise, in contemporary photographs, there are no rules in certain ways. Like rules are actually blurred. Some of my subjective photographs are blurred, and most of those photographs might be rejected from most salon photography institutes in Sri Lanka. So if you want to get an idea, and if you want to see what contemporary means and have an idea, because it's not very common in Sri Lanka, but it's more common in other countries. So we are very backwards when it comes to photography.
have this kind of question. So that's why we created a collective like Sequel Collective to work as friends, as collectors. Even I myself, even I am a teacher, I didn't involved in the selection process of this exhibition. My vote is a single vote. 8 of us, we vote each time once a person, once our friend. As an example, Sujiva Ranatunga, who is practicing urban aesthetics. He is from Kagol. He's a professional photographer. He is doing wedding photography. He's the only person who doing photography as a profession among us. So we vote once he brings his collection of photographs to our meeting. Each of us we vote, and we made our own method of voting system, which is called kind of democratic. So even the photographer himself likes a work, if he or she doesn't get the vote, it will be rejected. That's the selection process. As we all know, there must be a selection process. So what we are trying to do is make it less dominating. We are publishing 2 books at this exhibition, parallel to this exhibition actually. So one book is called Sequel Book of Photography 2024, which is having all the almost, I think nearly 95% of these photographs. We are having nearly 250 photographs in this exhibition, 250 photographs within 3 floors. So almost all of these photographs will be included in our kind of coffee table book, which is called Sequel Book of Photography 2024. Beyond that, I am publishing an Sinhalese article collection. It's in Sinhala, an article collection on photography, which I have been written for papers and several magazines within last decade, published by Vidarshana Publication. So that book is totally dedicated to the idea of contemporary photography. What contemporary photography means, and even though it is very brief, even in Sri Lanka there are people who have practicing contemporary photography for nearly 2 or 3 decades. So I would like to introduce themselves and to analyze the differences between modern photography and contemporary photography in a Sri Lankan sense. A lot of people are coming here, and we are getting numerous comments, both positive and negative comments, and very luckily we are having a vast range of visitors here, vast range of fans are here from architecture sector, from cinema, especially from painters. I think it's very important to have painters comments for a collective like us, because I personally believe as a sector, painting practices are very complex than other visual arts in Sri Lanka. It's very serious. They are very serious to their works, and they are very exposed to the painting traditions of all around the world equally at the same time. So we are trying to continue this practice. We are trying to make public sessions in future to encourage young newcomers, not only young people, about veterans, and we are trying to organize this kind of exhibitions in future also. But we understood that it is a really huge work, and we need to have huge labor to organize this kind of things without any funds. We made a method of crowdfunding for this exhibition. A lot of our friends and art lovers contributed. So I and my team, our team, Sequel Collective, I would like to name them: Inoka Palliyaguru, Sugandhi Samarakon, Nayanahari Abenayaka, Sujiva Ranatunga, Saminda Sandunshri, Taraka Bibuluvitarna, and Amila Vijayaratna, and myself, I am Bhupati Nalin. So we are planning to do something different in future also, and we are glad we are getting a lot of help from different sectors for this kind of a different practice in Sri Lanka.